Good day, ladies and gentlemen, this is Advanced Logic, and welcome back to Let's Play Ni no Kuni, Wrath of the White Witch. Before I forget, I'm gonna spring this lock, and what do we get? Fish burger. Alright, cool. There's also something I wanted to get here while I was still here, and just because I believe once we make our way back to Castaway Cove, it's gonna be pretty much a required cutscene, so I want to get this out of the way right now, and you probably see him now. He doesn't show up until you get your bathing suits on, so let's get to talking to Horace, Horace, I believe his name was. I'm thinking also Shovel Knight, I don't know why. Ollie, there you are! You crossed the desert too, I see. But what exactly are you wearing? You look ridiculous. Well, we didn't really have a choice. Everybody has to wear a swimsuit here in Castaway Cove. Ah, swimming. I used to love being in the water. But it's not quite the same when you're a ghost. You don't even get wet. Gee, I'm sorry to hear that. Don't worry about me, Ollie. There's plenty of good things about being a ghost. Hey, is it me, or do you look like someone who's taken the trials? Ha! Taken them? He didn't just take them, shorty. He passed them with flying flipping colors. He did he? Well, bully for him. Come and show off to me when you're calling him the Sage of Ages. As polite as ever, I see. Big-headed little so-and-so. Anyway, it looks like you're well on your way to becoming a sage now, Ollie. I suppose your Nazcaän is coming along nicely, too. My, NASCAR? Nazcaän, he said. It's a language people used to speak ages ago. Proper ancient it is. There's bits of it in your wizard's companion if you look. Well, so you do know something after all, Pipsqueak. Yes, the very first wizard's companion was written in Nazcaän script. And there's still bits and pieces of it in modern editions like yours, too. That's why every copy contains a guide to the Nazcaän alphabet. Wow, that's pretty neat. I'm glad you think so, Ollie, because I prepared a special puzzle for you, one that'll test your Nazcaän comprehension. Open your wizard's companion and turn to the page headed The Tools of Wizardry. If you look closely, you'll see some ancient Nazcaän script there. Your task is to try and decipher it. Let me know when you've worked it out. So now we have to go exploring the wizard's companion, I believe. Oh, he said Tools of Wizardry, but I think I'm going to have to read this from the beginning, because it doesn't outright say it on here. So I think I'm going to have to flip, because I think there's a table of contents around here. Yeah, so I can just check around here. Tools of Wizardry is page 13, and this is... I think it was this one. There it is, Tools of Wizardry. Essential items that every wizard must own. Of course, the wizard's companion, wizard's journal, the bottomless bag, locket, magic wand, and the creature cage. So he mentions that there's some Nazcaän, and you see some right there, but that looks like it was written in by somebody else. And that looks more official right there. In fact, I'm going to have to zoom out real quick, because I'm going to try to get a photo of this right now. So you're definitely not going to remember this on your own, so you might want to have pen and paper on hand, write it down exactly the way that is right there, and keep in mind how it looks, and you're going to have to compare it to the Nazcaän alphabet. Oh wait, went too far. In fact, they even have a section right here at the very bottom right, the Nazcaän alphabet. You know what, I'm going to read up on it a little bit, or at least read it out loud to you guys. Eons ago, when the Nazcaän civilization was at its peak, the language we speak today was written using a different and considerably more ancient lettering system, one that has come to be known as the Nazcaän script. A guide to its alphabet, indicating the modern letters to which its symbols correspond, is displayed on the opposite page. In its most ancient form, Nazcaän did not even consist of what we would call letters, but comprised instead of a dizzying variety of tripartite glyphs. I don't know how to pronounce that. However, the laborious nature of their production meant that by the time most of the renowned sagely writings were produced, words were already being rendered using individual symbols. These symbols were historically written, and therefore read, from right to left. It was not until the Middle Ages, when the loose sleeve many associate with wizardry became popular, that the practice was abandoned, much to the dismay of washerwomen who had been eyeing ink-stained wizards' robes as a potential gold mine. Nazcaän script is notable for its lack of both spaces between words and of punctuation in general. Hot-blooded young wizards in training are often heard complaining of the difficulty this creates in determining where words and sentences begin and end, but it's generally accepted that reading Nazcaän should not prove challenging to those with realistic sagely ambitions. To address the complaint more directly, the fact that the vast majority of modern scripts now incorporate these features is a consequence of the spread of literacy beyond rarefied scholarly circles, and the concomitants needed to assist the common reader. More astute souls would by now have noticed that the Nazcaän script does not distinguish between lower and uppercase letters. In fact, it was not until the development of the printing press, many centuries after the fall of the Nazcaän civilization, that such a distinction was conceived. Indeed, the two categories were named after the upper and lower drawers, or cases, in which the movable type was stored, but that is a digression for another time. Finally, as the accompanying guide clearly shows, the constituent letters of the Nazcaän and modern alphabets do not correlate exactly. This is due to the fact that certain modern letters were invented long after the Nazcaän alphabet fell from use, while certain Nazcaän letters were ultimately the victims of modern printing methods, which saw them rendered as pairs of other letters. For example, our letter W is a modern rendering of the Nazcaän doubled V, the V itself the ancient equivalent of both the modern V and U. The Nazcaän letter Th, meanwhile, survives only as a sound, and is now rendered as a combination of T and H. Likewise, that symbol is nowadays rendered as a combination of C and H, or Ch, and that as a combination of E and I, or A. Something like that. A novice's guide to reading the ancient texts. Find the beginning of the passage and start reading from right to left, using the guide on the opposite page to decipher the ancient symbols. Remember that the Nazcaän script features no spaces, no distinction between lower and uppercase letters, and no punctuating marks. You'll need to engage your brain in order to work out where the words and sentences begin and end. Be aware that some of our modern letters do not exist in the Nazcaän alphabet, with J, U, and W being represented by I, V, and double V respectively. Remember also that two modern letters are sometimes replaced by one ancient symbol, namely the, Ch, and A. And of course they have something right there for you to decipher if you feel like it, but right now we already have something we need to decipher. So the way that picture is displayed right there, you guys see it, it's actually shown from up to down, but you have to turn it sideways. And more specifically, you have to turn it 90 degrees counterclockwise to get the actual lettering. And like that passage said, it has to be read from right to left. So we're going to start that right now. So you're going to be seeing like a triangle-esque symbol, and it seems it's under F, or rather it symbolizes F. And now, yes, I'm using a notepad as I'm doing this. I'm not trusting my freaking memory right now. And then there's going to be something that looks like a wave being crossed by like a acute angle, which I believe, yeah, that's I/J. So it's either I or J. Considering how J mixes with F, I'm just going to assume it's I. And then there's kind of like a little angle with a little twist at the end of it. It seems that one's N. Okay. Yep, I'm just going to be F-I-N so far. That definitely makes more sense than F-J-N. And then there's kind of a flag-looking symbol with a circle underneath it. Oh, I guess, oh yeah, that's E. And since we already, actually, I'm going to do this right now. There are some ones that are kind of similar, so I'm going to add those in right now. So we already have the F and E. I'm going to add those in right now. And then, like, two wave-looking things that are passing each other. It seems that one's S. And then there's kind of like a wind-looking symbol with a little angle going through it. It's weird to explain it. You guys are seeing it as I go along. It's from right to left, remember that. And it seems that one is T. Since we already got that symbol right there, that's the F. And there's a wave-looking thing, and actually, oh yeah, we already have that one. That's the I. And then there's one that looks like a 16. Oh, well, it's B. Alright, cool. B. There we go. And then there's one that looks just like the other one, but it's like a 76 with the 7 looking kind of smaller. And that's R. So if we read that back to back, or from right to left, it's F-I-N-E-S-T, F-I-B-E-R. And you could probably guess what the sentence is if you just divide it between the T and F right there. Finest fiber. Alright, cool. So, did you look at the page headed The Tools of Wizardry? You just need to decipher the Nazcaän that's written there. I'm talking about the Nazcaän that's actually part of the original picture, of course. Thankfully, I remembered that. Anything else on there is probably just doodles done by a bored apprentice wizard. Yeah, the first time I did this, it did trip me up. Because I thought that written version of it, like the penciled in, I thought that was going to be part of it. And I translated it. I'm like, why am I getting wrong? Until I realized his belt was the Nazcaän he was talking about. So, finest fiber. Well done! Yes, we wizards should always wear robes woven from the finest of fibers. Mine are made of material from the sky tree. How about that? Really? Neato! My clothes are made from the sky tree too. What? But only sages are allowed to wear sky tree clothes. You're not a sage. Now, my midget face, don't get in the tizzy. The old lady down the boutique gave us to him for free, ain't it, Ollie boy? For free? You fluky little... Here I am about to give you something else brilliant, but I suppose you did solve my puzzle. And now we have the vacate spell. Pretty much this makes it so we can just travel out of a dungeon immediately. Don't mention it. It's the least I can do for another wannabe sage. And I think it's time for me to move on again. I think I'll stow away on one of the ships that visit the harbor here. No one's ever going to spot me after all. Goodbye for now, Ollie. So yeah, now we have an easy access out of dungeons, so we don't have to backtrack all the way through it, or maybe if we go to previous dungeons or something like that, we won't have to worry about much. And a rhino snore. I don't think we fought these ones yet. I just realized as we were passing through it, so it seems just a stronger version of the rhino enemy that we fought before. And I kind of wish that knight's got me that purloiner. That one too. But I guess not. Esther, please. And it just hit me right now. We could be doing that errand for like those rainbow leaves, but maybe once I change up the tactics. So where do we need to go exactly? Weren't you listening, cloth ears, to where the Cowlipha is, ain't it? The palace, mon! The palace! It's beyond the main square, Oliver. I'll show you the way.
Huh? Yikes!
Totally not creepy at all. Nothing. I just had a funny feeling we were being followed for a second. I'm sure it's nothing. Sorry, let's get going, shall we? Sure. By the beards of the mighty, the regal lines, the majestic curve of the nostril. Your nose isn't in every respect the same as hers. I'm sorry? Please, you must let me study it. What? Who are you? Forgive me, I'm but a humble artist. I'm currently painting the portrait of one to whom you bear a most striking resemblance. I look like the person in your portrait? Indeed, and alas, I'm unable to meet her in the flesh. Will you not allow me to study you a little more? Well, if you must, go ahead. Yes, so it's more like this. The line of the jaw is key. Yes, of course. Thank you, I'm in your debt. And I know just what I need to do to finish my masterpiece. You have my eternal gratitude. That's all right. You're very welcome. Must return to my studio right away. Farewell. Wow, I wonder who this person is who looks like me. Whoever it is, that artist certainly seems to think she's rather beautiful. Crikey, these archetypes are a bit intense, ain't it? Not to mention a bit flippin' weird. What do you mean? Oh, nothing, just that, you know, he was a bit of a funny one. Did you not think so? Just me, was it? Righto, I'll shut up my big mouth, shall I? So, time to get moving, is it? Sure, let's go. Sure, why not? And Esther, you really need to recover that MP, but it's nothing to worry about for now. Maybe if I go hunting for those rainbow leaves, or once we get back to Castaway Cove, then I'll worry about it. Tidy, this here's the palace. Let's get ourselves inside, shall we? Look, there's guards in the front for a freaking reason. It's not going to be that simple. Of course not. You think you could just walk into the palace of our most revered Khalifa unannounced? I kind of thought we did. What seems to be the problem here? Master Abul. These miscreants were attempting to enter the palace without permission. Is that so? Wait, are you the Babana merchant's daughter? You're the Babana merchant's daughter, are you not? I am Abul, vizier to our esteemed Cowlipha. Your father's efforts to supply her magnificence with Babanas are, as ever, most highly appreciated. I had heard that you were unwell. It seems you are recovered. Yes, I'm much better now, thank you. That is excellent news. Tell me, child, what business do you have at the palace? Well, sir, you see, we need a ship, and we can't get one without a letter of passage from the Cowlipha. You and your friends wish to journey the lands across the sea. I sympathize, and I would dearly love to arrange an audience for you. However, is something wrong? I'm afraid the Khalifa is indisposed. Much as it would please her, she's currently unable to hear the requests of any of her subjects. Oh, that's too bad. Apologies, but she has requested that she not be disturbed under any circumstances during her afternoon snack. I guess we'll just have to wait until after that. Would that you could, but her afternoon snack is immediately followed by her second lunch. And after that, then comes her late afternoon snack. Is there any time when she's not eating? Alas, her Majesty's miraculous hunger dictates that she dine even during her sleeping hours. This is why I am forced to spend my every waking hour procuring her most beloved food. But I must be going. Her most beloved food? I wonder what that could be. Forgive me, I must make the necessary arrangements before the merchant supplies are exhausted. I am most terribly sorry that I'm not able to grant you an audience. Curses, I must hurry. If I cannot prepare her Majesty's next meal in good time, she will be most displeased. Master Abul has spoken. Leave this place. Looks like we don't have much choice, Oliver. Come on, we'll come back later. So, the Khalifa has a very special favorite food, is it? Hey, I bet if we found out what it was and took her some of it as a present, we'd be allowed to see her. That's a neat idea, Esther, but we don't know what her favorite food is. Oi, Ollie boy, you know how we can find out, don't you? Come on, slow coach, we go to your world and find her soulmate, ain't it? Of course, if we find her soulmate, we can find out what their favorite food is and give some to the Khalifa. But how do we find out who the Khalifa's soulmate is? I've never seen her before. So we need to find out what the Khalifa looks like, but we can't go and meet her. But if we can't meet her, how are we supposed to find out what she looks like? I saw her once in a parade when I was little, but it was so long ago I can't remember anything about her. So what do we do? Jeepers. We don't know what the Khalifa's favorite food is, and we don't know what she looks like. I have to confess, I'm completely out of ideas, too. Wow, this thinking's making my head hurt, man. Tell you what, let's go down to the cat's cradle and sleep on it, shall we? I guess I am kind of tired. Cat's cradle? I know where the cat's cradle is! I've been there more times than you would like to know. Mostly because of your incompetence, Esther. No, I'm kidding. Not you. Your AI. I'm never letting that go, especially until we get to the third party member, where it's slightly more alleviated. You'll see why soon enough. And hopefully, I mean soon enough. Anyway, let's just pass up all these guys right here. Nothing for us to really do right here, except for just go straight to the cat's cradle. Out of my way, you freaking birds! Nah, I don't even know.
Welcome to the Palace of Pampering, the cream of cat's cradle establishments. Oh my!
Hey!
I must apologize. Please, you must excuse me. Is it finished?
It is
really
indeed. The paint is
finished?
scarcely dry, but it is completed at last.
Oh, how I long to see it. Now, please, hang it over here.
Isn't that the artist who... Yes, it is. I wonder how his picture turned out.
At last, the grand unveiling. Oh, my beloved Cowlipha.
So the person he thought I looked like was the Cowlipha.
That's fancy. It's not every day you get compared to royalty.
Now feast your eyes upon the divine beauty of her most admired majesty.
Huh? But that's...
Oh, it is divine, truly divine. Her matchless beauty takes one's breath away. You're pleased with it? Pleased, why, it is worth thrice than what I promised to pay you for it. By the beards of the mighty, truly? But we shook upon it, did we not? Perhaps next time. I see. Excuse me? Yes? I don't look anything like her! Huh? You said I looked like her! You misunderstand, young lady. It's not a picture of you, merely. Mr. Drippy. Eh? What is it, man? This is just getting interesting. We need to go to Motorville right now. I just realized who we need to see. You did, eh? I sure did. Miss Layla is the Khalifa's soulmate. I just know she is. Of course she is. There's clever of you, Ollie boy. Thanks, Mr. Drippy. When I saw that picture, I knew right away. Right-ho, let's get moving in, shall we? I don't feel tired at all. I don't feel tired all of a sudden. Me either. Hey, Esther, come on, we have to go. Huh? I look absolutely nothing like her. Do I look like fat to you? I'm not fat. You're still kind of angry, huh? What do you mean? I'm not angry in the slightest. Yeah, and I'm 6 foot flippin' 6. Looks like we'd best leave her to it. Guess we should, huh? I always love those kinds of jokes. In any medium, it's just like, oh, I look nothing like her. I don't know, the nose kind of gives it away. Come on, you look exactly like her. Anyway, back to Motorville. As far as I'm aware, I think it's just right down the corner from whenever we teleport in. Damn squeaky chair. Really gotta get a new one. Huh? The door is closed. Looks like the shop ain't open yet. I'm sure if we wait right here, she'll be along soon. It's time to open up already. Someone's coming. Oh, hello, Oliver. Myrtle, hi. How are you? Are you feeling better now? I am, and it's all thanks to you, Oliver. What are you doing here? Do you need something from the store? Wait a moment, I'll just open up for you. Who is this girl? I feel like you know her somehow? Yes, and she looks just like me. It's like she's my long-lost twin or something. She looks much more like me than the stupid old Cowlipha. Can she not see me or something? There's perceptive of you. She can't see you, nor me neither. Really? So I'm invisible? What a strange feeling. Of course you're invisible. You're from another world, isn't it? Huh? Did you say something, Oliver? No. No, I didn't. Anyway, how come you're here at Miss Layla's store, Myrtle? I work here now. Miss Layla and my mom are friends, and when she heard that I was better, she said I should come work for her. Really gotta stop speed reading. Gee, that's real nice of her. Say, Myrtle, is Miss Layla around? Sure, she's busy training right now, but I'm sure she'll be back soon. Miss Layla? Training? That's right, she started running. Is she on a diet? No, silly. She's exercising so that she can eat even more. Huh? How do you mean? Myrtle, I'm back. Why, if it isn't young Oliver. Hello, dearie. Good morning, Miss Layla. Myrtle, can't wait any longer, would you? Yes, Miss Layla, I'll go get it for you right now. Oh, it's no good. I just can't wait that long. I have some in the store, dear. You stay out here and clean or something. Well, good for you, I guess. I don't know. Never saw anybody so crazy about their favorite food. What was that? Did she say favorite food? Oi, Ollie boy, I bet it's the same as the Cowlipha's. You're right. Let's go find out what it is. Oh, I like Myrtle's just looking at him like, who the hell are you talking to?
Miss Layla, what is she eating?
It's cheese. A whole lot of cheese.
That's right, dearie, and it's not for sale. None of it. It's all for little old me.
Quick, Ollie boy! She'll scoff the whole lot if you're not careful. Hurry up and grab some. Sharpish!
Okay. Please, Miss Layla, could you give me a piece of your cheese?
You know I'd do anything for you, dearie, but not
Please,
that.
just
oh,
one
no,
piece.
no.
Just one
No,
tiny
I said no.
Heave,
It's
man.
mine.
Heave with all
You
your
have
might.
it. I'll never let you
Oliver.
have it. It's
Come on.
mine. Mine.
I tell you? All mine!
What the hell? It's kind of a shock, huh? It sure is. I had no idea. I had no idea she was so obsessed. It's better not to go near her when she's eating cheese. I know that now. Myrtle? Myrtle! Sounds like she needs my help. I'd better go inside. Goodbye now. Jeepers, so what do we do now? Miss Layla's store is the only place in town that sells cheese. Oliver, what's wrong? Oh, hi, P. We kinda need some cheese. Cheese? That's right, it's the Khalifa's favorite food. Who's he talking to? Must be an imaginary friend again. Here we flip and go. Huh? We can make it? Make our own cheese? Yes, with your magic. Lots and lots of cheese. But I can't. I don't know how. Yes, you do. Just try. Just try? You think it's really that easy? Yes. But do I even have a spell I can use to do that? Hey, wait! She's gone. Have fun talking to your imaginary friend, did you, Ollie boy? Better than talking to your real friends, was it? Huh? Imaginary friend? You mean P? P? Who's that? What do you mean? She was right here. I didn't see anyone. Maybe only you can see her, Oliver. Really? But how come? Well, maybe it's just like how Myrtle can't see me, but I can see her. You might be right, you know. I've never seen this P either. Anyway, what did P say to you, Oliver? Oh yeah, she told me to use my magic to make some cheese. What's that? Make it with magic, you say? Well, she may be too shy to let us see her, but she ain't afraid to stick her neck out advice-wise. You mean it won't work? Nah, man, it'll work. The whole point of magic is to make the impossible possible, ain't it? But I guess it's difficult without the right ingredients, huh? But we do have them. We do? Of course we do. Back in Al Mamoon, the fountains of milk. So we use magic to turn the milk from the fountains into cheese. Now that we can do. Tidy. Righto, Ollie boy, let's get back to our world, shall we? Yes, let's go straight to the fountains of milk and try it out. They're in the main square back in Al Mamoon. Well, that was a quick trip. Quicker than the last ones, anyway.